Three, two,
Three,
one, go.
2, 1.
Hello, hello, hello. Hi, everybody. I hope you guys are all doing well. I'm sorry I haven't been making videos lately. Well, happy end of February, on the eve of spring. Well, at least for North America and the Northern Hemisphere. I know those that are down under and other areas, it is the end of their summer, getting close. So what's going on? This has been a exceedingly difficult time for me. Christmas Eve rolled up to the holiday of horrors. Had a family member that was mentally ill that needed to be cared for. Had another family member I saw day before New Year's, so it was December 30th. I looked at him and I said, "Oh, are we going to be doing this year?" It looked like he was dying. Well, he died at the beginning of this month. It was my father-in-law. Nothing about either of the situations were easy, and I currently have my second mother on hospice right now, and that hasn't been easy. So it's been really an emotional pull apart type of situation, which oops, sorry, I moved it. Hope you don't get dizzy. It's been just difficult. So that's why I haven't been making videos. You know, just too much lack of joy. But we've gotten through everything. Everyone's doing okay. You know, just hard times in life. You know, sometimes the holidays can be good. Sometimes they can be hard. Sometimes they can be very sad. And, you know, you just have to kind of stay close to your family and your belief system and learn how to navigate it, you know. So I may not be as high energy today because I'm still, you know, you kind of like push off things and you get through it. You do it. At least that's how I do it, you know. And then the emotional of after everything. So I've been really fatigued lately. It's been cold here in Texas, so I know, weird putting the two words together. So it was like 31 today, this morning, and on Wednesday it'll be in the 80s. It doesn't make any sense. That's Fahrenheit. It doesn't make any sense. So, of course I had, you know, for my youngest, made the doctor's appointment thinking there was school today. We have President's Day here in the States, so it's a federal holiday. So I woke up for nothing early. Whenever it's cold, it's almost like I'm a reptile. I get really stiff. So I've been really, really stiff lately, the spasticity, but I haven't had like one of those attacks. Haven't had any infections. But, you know, my medications, the baclofen, gabapentin, and occasional Valium in between, if it starts to head towards the bad, has really kept me from suffering a lot. So I'm very thankful about that. Just kind of trying to make sure that I eat right, feed my body right. You know, it's when you're going through a lot of stress and that I tend to like not eat enough. So, you know, I'm making sure I get my good protein shakes. I do a lot of the, the plant-based proteins. I'm adding a little more soy because I'm getting to that age. You know, just trying to make sure I fill in the gaps. You know, it's like I've had a slight progression. I'm definitely more of a paper tiger than I was. I look strong and formidable, but if you look at me wrong, I may fall. When I had the bone testing, I found out I have osteopenia. So I went to the doctor. I got started on new medicine, Fosamax. You can't be on it that long, you know. So I will start that and just, you know, it's like when you have a disease, and I'm lucky that I can still walk. I'm lucky I can still move my arms. Why I can, I don't know. You know, when I started my journey into ALS and put my video up, I think a month after I got diagnosed or two, I didn't think I'd still be here. And why I'm still here, I don't know. I guess I still have things to do. Did I do anything different other than reducing because of my fine motor issues that were coming up when I first started, and they're getting worse now. That, you know, I knew that I couldn't do things as accurately as a nurse. And because I'm a C9 or 72 ALS, genetic ALS patient, if I developed FTD, I wouldn't want to be around patients. That wouldn't be fair to them. So I retired. I think getting out of that particularly stressful job I was in probably prolonged my life. You know, doing this study, you know, the yogic breath has made my diaphragm really strong. You know, praying, learning how to meditate, even on deeper levels, extending into that practice that I had been practicing for 20 years has really helped. I think it's also helped stabilize me through other traumas and tribulations like I just went through. Eating well. You know, it's everybody across the world, groceries have all gone up. Everyone's struggling with that. But looking in, making sure you have enough protein, that you are eating foods that aren't, you know, terribly inflammatory to your body. Like, I can't eat corn. It bothers me. You know, just little things like that. You know, eat well, do well for you. I don't say there's any perfect diet. You just have to find your body. No body's exactly the same. But I do plant proteins in addition to chicken and stuff like that. Tuna. Try to get at least 60 to 80 milligrams of protein in my diet a day. They had wanted me to be on a 3,000 calorie diet a day, and I'm diabetic. I can't do that. So I eat about probably 2,200 calories a day, and sometimes less. But having the good diet, maintaining, you know, I feel different if I don't get the protein, if I don't get my shakes, and if I don't do that. I can definitely tell that my metabolism is a little bit higher, or caloric needs are a little bit more. So doing that, you know, not focusing on the, you know, I have ALS and that is all I have. That's all I am. A lot of people turn themselves into the disease, and, you know, I mean, it's hard when you get a terrible diagnosis. Any life-changing diagnosis takes your brain and just, and you have to figure your life around it. Excuse me. So, you know, once you set yourself at, you know, making sure that that's just a part of you, not who you are, and that it doesn't fill your everyday. Yes, we have to live with it. And when I'm locked in my body, I'll probably think more about ALS every day. But right now, I'm not. You know, it's just, there are studies out there that, you know, hopefully will come to fruition and there'll be more treatments. But right now, you have life if you're diagnosed. We don't know how long we have. I mean, you know, you could be hit by a bus crossing the street any day. Not, you know, lives are finite. We don't know exactly how long we have. Enjoy your life. Make the memories. Take the pictures. Do what you can while you can. That's really important. You know, it's like, so that's all my advice is. I mean, take your vitamins. You know, your doctor will be able to recommend what's best for you. You know, there's no great grand cure, you know, not yet. There's hope. So that's what's going on. I mean, I'm really kind of boring. You know, just kind of doing around. We're getting a new refrigerator because in the midst of all of this happening, our refrigerator died. Yeah. We had a home warranty insurance thing, so they're giving us $275 towards a new one. I was pulled apart by all the events, and, you know, it's kind of like one of those things where when you're really going through it, you only talk to trusted certain people, and everything else falls across. I was terrible with my emails. So they had said, oh, we can't fix it 6 days before, but thankfully, that gave us for the President's Day sale. We got a good deal on our refrigerator. Yay! Um, you know, it's kind of the things you think about. You know, we have the our kitchen redo. We had the counters, you know, up for when I'm in a power chair, but to one of the lower bottom ones that was on sale, the freezer bottom. And I know eventually I won't be able to do things like this, but it's like, well, that's going to be someone getting things out of the freezer for me. When I got diagnosed with the osteopenia, my doctor's like, well, you have to lift weights. And I'm thinking, they told me not to overdo it. So I'm doing my little 2-pound weights with my arms, you know, and I stop if I start cramping. You know, I've been having a lot of my deltoid being spastic, and if that does it, I lose strength in my arm. So it's like, I don't want to overdo that. Though, while I can walk, I'll still walk. And when I can use my muscles, I'll still use my muscles. I just won't do it to the point of exhaustion. You know, I don't think, you know, I don't know. I mean, I've not built any muscles since I was diagnosed with ALS. If anything, you know, it's like weird little muscles get smaller or atrophy on certain parts, so your legs look different. It's just, it's a weird disease. You know, even though I don't know if you can tell, this side of my face has dropped versus this side. So I've got even muscles in my face that aren't doing great. So I have had more of the hemifacial cramps. Those are not nice. They're not nice. It's like mine tend to go here. It seems like it catches the trigeminal nerve. That continues to be a regular thing. I'm going to talk to my doctor about getting Botox to stop it. We'll see what they say. I don't know. So I've just kind of, you know, between, you know, being in situations that I had to step back and not speak, you know, guide things without being the person who's taking ahead of things. And that was hard. Though I can say I kept my tongue. I wasn't ugly. I didn't add fire to any of the situations. I guess in some way I've grown as a person. You know, growth is never pleasant in some things. You know, you look at babies and they're like, oh, they grow. Oh, they grew. You know, it's kind of like, you know, wisdom teeth. What are they for? You know, do it may give anybody joy? No, they're painful. Sometimes growth comes from pain. So I'm in that process of growing, healing, supporting my husband and my daughters. Just been a rough bit of time. So I'm not the only one. There's other people going through difficult times. You know, my heart goes out to you all, you know, and to everyone having a good time. Enjoy, have a good time. I'm looking forward to the beginning of spring and things happening. Hopefully, Dave Matthews is going to be here in May, so I'll be going to that. I don't know if I'll be going to the Dallas show. I'm going to go up in June and see my namesake niece, but in Polish. She's graduating this year, and hopefully bring both my daughters and my granddaughter, and kind of like, you know, do a road trip. I don't know how many road trips I'll be able to do after, you know, it's kind of getting to that narrow window, but that'll be nice. This week, my husband and I are going to be talking to someone about renewing our vows in Vegas on our anniversary. So that'll be fun, you know. I don't know. It's kind of like Vegas. I'm not a bettor, you know. I've went to Vegas once before and I just spent $20 gambling. You know, I look at things in like CDs, you know, I know I'm old, okay? Everyone buys their music digitally now, you know, Spotify, you know, all their lists, and, you know, iTunes versus whatever Samsung or Androids use. You know, I still like the discs. You know, there's been a resurgence of people that love LPs and people, even cassettes. I don't know, you know, how many sets did you have to rewind, and how many times did you have to cut and splice and tape and something I don't want back in my life. I don't have the ability. My baby wants to paint with me, you know, and I think that's so sweet. Now, my accuracy for painting is not that great, and I have a harsh inner critic that definitely towards art. So I'm going to try. I've always wanted to. So we'll have a hose. We'll have supervision. but I want to try the gunpowder. Yeah, some people, you know, I live in Texas, and if you hear all the stories about what comes out of Texas, no, I'm not, you know, to I don't have ammo or guns to my teeth, but I did save some fireworks. And there was a famous Japanese artist that came to the Houston Museum years ago that did the gunpowder paintings and stuff. And I thought that was really cool. So I'm going to try it. I might just cause a fire, which, you know, we have a hose and we'll do it safely, but it might be fun. I'll have my daughter paint around it. We will see. I mean, all you can do is experiment, right? So that's, you know, just kind of a difficult period that we're coming out of, and just being, you know, and just trying to take things, you know, even though through all of this difficult thing, there's been a lot of beauty. You know, you can always train your eye. Like I say, look for something beautiful in each day, you know, whether it be a cloud, whether it be the way the sun hits something, whether it be the hug or witnessing love, you know, the kindness. There's a lot of beauty out there. And there's, you know, there was a lot of beauty, just big, you know, emotional stuff. So that will kill my thing of talking to other people, because, you know, just the times you don't talk about. You know, things have all shaken out, you know. Still waiting for the time when my second mother passes, but she's comfortable right now, and things are calmer, which is good. Just been a time. Yep. We all go through, you know, and it will change, you know, it will get warm, you know, the golfer, or with the, and here in Texas, the armadillo, which our armadillo said there'd be 6 more weeks of winter, which I don't know. I don't know if this is the last little cold and then it's going to be, you know, hotter than Hades, or we'll get another one. I don't trust Texas weather. As much as people in California that live in these mansions on the cliffs to look at the ocean, I don't know. I mean, Jimi Hendrix has a song about that. You know, dangerous. Must be beautiful to overlook the ocean that way, but having to rebuild your house every 5 years, oh, I don't know. So that's it. I mean, I'm just kind of boring, you know, just kind of resting and recovering, and I'm still here. Nothing really changed physically, other than I get tired easy. Like I say, you know, I'm a paper tiger. I look strong and formidable, but, you know, you'll win in arm wrestling. So all is good. I haven't had any changes of any medications, other than the new one for preventing me and old people. I'm on Fosamax, the drug for osteopenia. That's just it. I mean, ALS wise, nothing. I mean, just a slow progression. You know, I'm glad that I have this time. I am glad that I'm having a slower progression. There's no rhyme or reason. I've always told people when I was a hospice nurse, no 2 births are alike, no 2 deaths are alike. No 2 cases of ALS are exactly alike. So I don't know how I drew this lottery to get the disease, or why I'm still able to move. You know, as spastic as my body is, you know, I can look at that and go, ouchie, ouchie, but I can be thankful that those muscles are just trying to keep things together and get there where the other muscles are weak. You know, it's, you know, as spastic as I am at one point, you know, I will be very, very weak. I don't know how long I have. I mean, you know, and I don't think anyone diagnosed should look at it as, I'm going to die in these many years. You don't know. You know, there's no telling, and there could come out a treatment. So, you know, if you get into one of the studies, you know, you should be aware of the risks of it. You know, they told me when I was in the study, there's a risk when you stop the medication, your disease can rapidly progress and you can die. You know, I know that, you know, I did it because it was offered, and, you know, I was willing to take the risk. Some people are, some people aren't. You know, there's always hope. So always hold on to the hope. Even in the hardest of times, there's going to be hope. And hope can lead to beautiful things. That can lead to hard things. I mean, nothing about ALS is kind. I mean, it's kind of a brutal disease. The people are very kind with ALS. I haven't met too many hateful people with ALS. And if they, not generally kind people. You know, it's hard when I've had 2 uncles that died of ALS. I've had people that I've known with ALS that have died before me. You know, you can get kind of the survivor's guilt. I don't, you know, but I can tell you I don't know how I'm living this long. It's not in my control. And how I can still move, it's not in my control. All I can do is be grateful for it. You know, they say we don't know exactly when, we don't know exactly how, you know. It's just what it is. But that's just my little update. Not really cheery. I'm sorry, guys. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your February. And hopefully March brings the flowers here. And I'll make a video hopefully with better news and in a happier state. All right, guys. See you later.